YouTube. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, semifinals, PKC Truck Hunt, Newton, Illinois. How you hearing me? Jim Curtis says sounds great. We are a little deep into these casts. I want to make sure and get them going good before we got on here. TJ McCauley, good seeing you, buddy. I will give you guys what I got here shortly. We'll let some people get on here. Jim Jones, good seeing you. Trout Creek, all right. Everybody can hear good. Visuals good. Sounds good. I got my cards up here. I got walk-alongs in all the casts. And we got some live action going on. We're going to try to sort this out the best we can. My walk-alongs are doing great, but some of it is a little confusing. I've got the bows. I've got Dual send me some updates. I've got several others. And so we'll get to those here in a little bit. Charles Martin, I'm doing great. We're at a coon hunt. We're having a good time. Hard to beat it. Mark Beard, good to see you there. Ryan Krausen sending me some text too, keeping me updated on that cast. Appreciate him. One thing about it, when you got multiple people sending updates, it's a little bit hard to sort out. But we will go through what we got now. I'm going to go off Krausen's current right here in cast 4. And so in cast 4, these dogs turn loose at 9:29. They are 45 minutes left, or 45 minutes hunted is what Ryan is saying. Right now we have Dot at 200 plus. Struck back in for 25. We have Liz at 150 plus. We have Ruby at 50 plus. And we have Rock still struck for 100 and carrying that with him. How's your Pap Strick doing, Jordan Mullins? I'll tell you here in just a second. Right now, here's what I have in cast 3 with Ann and John Strickland. That is Bo, Austin Gentry, Cowboy, Brett Denny, and Roman Kyle Short. Let's see here. I want to make sure and get these double checked. Right now we have Ann at 150 plus, Cowboy at 175 plus, Bo, I believe he has 200 plus. Let me find out. There's a lot. There's a lot to sort out here. I've got Bo with the tree pending, but he's also restruck for 25, so I'm guessing that tree has already been scored, and they have not yet sent it to me. Roman, he has 225 pending. One of the dogs have already minus and withdrawn. So we'll find out what dog that is. The weather's beautiful. Bo has been withdrawn, but I don't know if it's Bo or Cowboy because he's spelling it BOW. I'll find that out. Hey, it happens to the best of us, Bone Pile. Happens to the best of us. Anne does have 150 plus with 150 pending. She has been treated again. Cowboy and Brett Denny, 175 plus. Roman 225 pending. I believe Bo and Austin Gentry have been withdrawn. I believe that is cast at 3. Spice has just got treed for 125 and 25. So we haven't got into cast 2 yet. That is Jack, Spice, Holly, and Ruby. According to Duel, he sent me the last one. Yeah, I know Casey Curran struck for 25. Which Holly's a good strike dog. Haven't hunted with Ruby. Jack, is a good strike dog. But Jack's setting a 200 plus. Holly 150 plus with 150 pending. Ruby 175 plus, and I think another 100 pending. Not sure how that works. She was treed. She was struck with the line and treed for 50 with Holly. So we'll see how that shakes out. And Jack has been treed for 150 as well on his second coon. Yeah, Spice struck for 25. She has been treated for a while. They're still walking to Spice. If I had a nickel for every time someone said they're still walking to Spice, I wouldn't have to do this. I would be retired in a beach in Cabo somewhere. But Spice, she was walking around here earlier, looking good, looking fresh. Does not look like an old dog. So we'll see. In cast 1, right now we have Weed and Rack. They are at 225 plus, restruck for 50. Ann and Eric Bowling. I believe she has 75 minus. John Wick, I don't know. And Woe with Derek Stewart is at 0 with 200 circle and 100 strike pending. That's the best I can figure on that cast. Cowboy, Brett Denny, they are at 175 plus. They're in cast 3, and they have 25 and 125 pending. Cowboy has just gotten treed. So that's what we got so far. We'll go through the cast 1 through 4, the best as I know them. Right now, it is Weed winning right now with 225 plus. Ann, Wick, and Woe, to my knowledge, have not got on the card, but we'll see. So, yeah, it's a madhouse here. The updates are coming fast and furious, and they're a little hard to decipher, but we are getting there, and these guys are doing the best that they can, and I appreciate them very highly walking along on these casts tonight. Of course, we will be live for the late round. See who wins this truck. Some very good dogs, very good handlers, in a very good spot here in Newton, Illinois at the Muddy Saloon. But as far as cast one, last update I got there was rack with 225 plus, Woe 200 circle, Wick 0, and 75 minus. Where they are struck in at after that, I am not sure, but Dustin Weed in really good shape here. Two coons up. That cast turned loose at 9:22, so they're about halfway through it. Um, Everybody two coons down, best I could tell. Cast two, Jack and Duel. They're at 200 with 150 pending. Spice at 150 pending. Holly at 150 with 150 pending. And Ruby at 175 plus right now, best I can tell. Cast three, Strick and Ann, 150 plus with 150 pending. Cowboy, 175 plus, 150 pending. Roman, 225 pending. Bo and Austin Gentry. They have withdrawn. So yeah, 3 dog cast down there in cast three. In cast four, we have Dot 200 plus, Liz 150 plus. Go back to Crowston's message here. Dot 200 plus. She's carrying 25 strike. Liz 150 plus. Ruby 50 plus. Rock still carrying that 100 strike. No tree call yet on Rock. So yeah, that's what we got. Forecast in the woods. See who wins that Colorado. Man, it is a nice truck. Very nice truck. Blacked out. Blacked out trail ball. It's white on black. Black wheels, tinted up. Very nice pickup. Be very proud to drive that thing up and down the road. And that's what these guys are hunting for tonight here in Newton, Illinois. The only young dog I got right now, Jim Curtis, is Little Ralph. Little Ralph got. I should have gotten him an entry out here. I really should have. When JR and Ryan and all them said they're getting a bunch of entries, I said, he's not looking great coming out of Super Stakes. He looked terrible down in Oklahoma. But when I got him back home, man, he's really been cranking here lately. I did take him to an open event Wednesday night up at Milton. Just some really good dogs. He had 350 plus in an hour, won his cast. Should have had him out here tonight, but with this hunt, you're not getting an entry. If you don't get it at the beginning, it's not like all the others where you can say, hey, you know what I want to do is just wait. Someone will sell an entry and I'll pick it up. Couldn't get one. And so, yeah, he's doing good. Doing very good. That's a good young dog. We got Youth Nationals coming up. Credence will be hunting Ralph. Jace will be hunting Raven. So we're getting ready for that. He'll be in, I don't know if I'll get him a Nationals ticket yet. He's got some state money won. I was just telling Jenna the other day, I said, I need to get his $1,000 one and get him in the top whatever of the state, get him a Nationals ticket, and take him down to Nationals in Aurora. It's a good pup. Good pup. I really like him. JR has been great to me. If I need an entry and I want to get it somewhere, he'd no doubt get it for me. But I also want to make sure the dog is perfect before I get him there. So we'll see. We will see. He will be in Paducah here in a couple weeks. Hopefully he shows out the way he can. I'd like to see my daughter get him in at Youth Nationals. That would be cool. But we got Raven and Ralph getting ready for that, and that is the hunting that we have been doing here lately. All the kids went over. We went to Milton, Iowa on a Wednesday night, $35 hunt, and there were 14. We had 4 casts, and it was a good hunt. Drew Winnie and Bonnie, the bit dog. I think we treed 5 in an hour. Ralph treed 2 coons, looked good. Had 350 plus. Ended up getting a cast win. Jay said Raven treed a circle tree. He thinks she was jealous. Left a tree, and then had a coon at the end of the hunt. So she's just coming off pups. It's going to take a little bit to get her right, but she'll get there. That's a good, very good female in her own right there too. But we come out here, Nolan. He had bought one of the shop pups, so we delivered a pup out here, and here we are for the hunt, covering it and having a great time at the Muddy as usual. Mason Bush says it's a nice night out tonight, and it is indeed. I'm looking forward to that late round. They've had some good scores this week. And the messages, this is why I always start this. Everyone's bugging me. I'll get Facebook messages, texts. When you going live, man, stuff's going on. But at about that hour mark, the updates quit coming. And so I've learned to start, once these casts are fairly deep and we can figure out who's getting the W, that is usually about the best time to start them. Austin and Brett arguing. Austin's the most ginger. I mean, Brett's pretty ginger. But man, that Austin's, I think he's got the ginger contest won. Right now, Cowboys looking good. 175 plus, 150 pending. Roman with 225 pending. Bo has been withdrawn. And Ann 150 plus with 150 pending as well. So we'll see. All right, we do have some action coming in from Cast 4. Ryan just texted me, said Dot has been treed. So that is 150 pending for Dot. Liz has been treed as well. That is 150 pending for Liz. And Ruby has been restruck for 25. Right at 1 hour left to go in that cast. And right now we have Dot at 200 plus, Liz 150 plus, Ruby 50 plus, and Rock still carrying that 100 strike. What's the weather like everywhere else? I know it's beautiful here at the Muddy. I've been talking to guys all week. Everything's wet. We're still dry. We were hunting in Memphis the other night, and it's drier even there than it is at my house. But we've been cold. I think all last week was in the 40s at night. Yes, the kids had a good time. We had a good time there too, Jim. Very good time. Casey Kirkham says warm and humid. Northeast PA's cold here. It's been a cold spring, and I love it. We've got a lot of hunting in this spring. It's good whenever we're trying to get dogs in shape that are coming off pups like Raven. I don't have to worry about her getting hot. I can run her as long as I want. So that's really been nice. Tom Wilson, good to see you, Tom. Oh my gosh, Casey, the ticks are horrible. Horrible. Mason Bush says clear in 63 in God's country. I like West Tennessee. Don't get me wrong, there's some good hunting, good people. That is far from God's country. I do like it down there around Bush's house. There is some good hunting and a lot of good folks. But there's better. As far as could it be worse? Oh, you betcha. It could be South Carolina or Georgia or Alabama or Mississippi. It could be worse. But there is better too. It's probably, I think it's still 70 here. It's a little warm. Heike Yeager, good to see you, buddy. Very cool. The mud's not getting dehydrated. Jim, we needed it. We still need some rain at the house. We still need some rain. But our corn's just now popping. Beans the same way. No mulberries on yet, so that's good. Kittens are not on the ground yet at home, but they're close. They probably will be in the next week or two. Everybody loves hunting kittens. All them kittens get on. You'll make a dog. Not in my experience. Them kittens are harder on a dog than anything. Some dogs that are really good in kittens aren't very good any other time of the year. Butch, good seeing you on here, buddy. 68 in South Arkansas. Mark Beard, I was just talking to Ricky Hawkins here a few weeks ago. He was thinking about moving out to Oklahoma. I said, you ought to. There are better places than South Arkansas, too. South Arkansas does have some good hunting in places. Not my cup of tea, though. Yeah, updates like I thought. Slow incoming. $74 in Oklahoma. We're at in Oklahoma, Dustin. Yeah, that's what Ricky was griping about too, Mark. Said the pine plantations have taken over. 74 in Veneta. Some good hunting around Veneta. I like Oklahoma as a state most of the year. I like the hunting around Miami. I like the hunting way out west there along the Red River at Joe Don's. Well, if Bone Pile, if the dog didn't bark and it brings a possum back, it's not struck. You can't minus it. So I'd say you're good. I mean, she's going to have a hard time competing if she's standing at your feet with a possum in her mouth. But she didn't strike. She didn't tree. I don't know what you can minus her for. Oh, we got something. Plus Dot and Liz. That puts Dot at 350 plus, Liz at 300 plus, and Ruby has just got treed. She has 50 plus and 150 pending. That would be cast 4. That is Rock, Daryl Guest, Dot, Bobby Burden, Liz, Ryan Krausen, Ruby, Adam McGuire. Liz has been restruck for 25, and the 2 is currently running on Ruby. Dot has been restruck as well. Thanks to Ryan Krausen sending me all these updates. One of the greatest handlers. Let's talk about that. 69 a muggy, Jordan Robbins from right there at the house. So I know what the temperature is in my house right now. It's not much different than Jordan's. We were talking, me and Ricky was sitting down talking about great handlers of the past. Of course, Ronnie Bone come up. Ricky was hard to handle back in the day, a few others. But when you're talking about handlers today, Krausen has got to be the worst to hunt against. That Krausen will beat your brains out and make you happy you did it. When you're thinking of top handlers, Scotty's good, Weed's good, Strickland's good, Duel's good. All of them guys are really good handlers. But as far as just giving a dog an advantage and doing it with the rules and being hard to beat, Ryan to me is still tops. Still tops. What do you guys think? Who have you competed against that is the hardest to win against, even if their dog may be lacking just a touch? If you want to stop by at the Paducah Hunt, Jim Nanny, get on PKC Youth Hunters on Facebook and look at Youth Nationals. There'll be a flyer right there. You can check that out. Oh, we got an update. That is Roman and Kyle Short. They have got to Roman. They have scored him, and you can plus Roman up in cast 3. I believe that gives him the lead right now in cast 3, but Ann still has a tree pending, as does Cowboy. I do not know if Roman is leash locked or not. They should have right at 50 minutes to go in that cast. About an hour left. John Wick has been circled. Leaves him at 0. Rack has been plussed again. And Eric Bowling and Ann have been treed as well. Now, my math is correct and these updates are correct. Dustin Weed is going to have a hard time losing this cast. It was a 2-hour hunt. Austin Gentry, they are leash locked. Thank you very much. So Roman, he is leash locked at 225 plus. He is headed to Cowboy and Ann. They both have 150 pending. Austin, correct me if I'm wrong. Cowboy at 175 plus with 150 pending, and at 150 plus with 150 pending. Seth Baguette says he is, and I agree. Ryan is my good friend. I love him to death, but there's nobody else I would want to not hunt against. Thank you, Austin. Appreciate you. Austin, why'd you withdraw? All I had was Bo struck for 75, treat for 125, restruck for 25, and withdrawn. So I did not get the details on that. Austin Gentry just picking up that dog, him and Brian. And, you get a dog bought the day before the hunt, you get him in, that's pretty good. Seth Brigette, he don't have to know what his dog sounds like. That's what's crazy. Yep. I don't blame you, Austin. And by the looks of it, you made the correct decision. If you are 200 in the hole on that tree, you're not coming back from that. Not in this cast of dogs here. You already look, Roman's got plussed up. Cowboy's been plussed up with another to go, and Anna's been plussed up with another to go. Roman's looking good. Had his head up, tail up, ready to roll tonight. Casey Kirkham. I went out there and talked to Kyle for a little bit. So, yeah, you figure the J.R. Wall dogs in. You got Spice, you got Roman, and you got Liz. Pretty good showing. We do have a question on a card. Let's see if I can find which one it is. One tree got minus. Somebody questioned it. That would have been Adam McGuire and Ruby. Scotty's a good handler. A lot of guys confuse good handlers with guys that get their dogs ready. Weed comes to mind right now. Weed always has a dog ready, always has a dog operating. Yes, he's a good handler too, but not as good as some of the others. He's just better at getting his dog right, to me. And maybe I'm wrong, but I've judged Weed. I've hunted against Weed a lot. No, he doesn't make many mistakes in the cast. Yeah, he questions the right calls, but he doesn't do anything slick. He doesn't do anything crazy that I've seen. Um, but yeah, there's a difference between a good dog handler and a guy that's really good at getting his dog ready and winning. Ryan's both. A lot of these guys are both. Scotty's good. Nothing wrong with picking Scotty Engel. Mason, that's about how my pleasure hunts go. I'm more apt to withdraw from a pleasure hunt than I am a competition cast. All right. Adam McGuire and Ruby, that question is not going to matter. They have withdrawn. That is a 3-dog cast now with Liz, Dot, and Rock. Thank you to Ryan Krausen for sending me that. It is Krausen, not Croson, for anybody wondering. You can say Krausen in Tennessee all you want. It's still wrong. Yes, Weed is leading cast one. Right now we have, I believe, Jack in cast two, but Holly has a tree pending. Spice has a tree pending, and so we're not real sure about that. In cast three, that is Roman Roman Cowboy and Ann with tree still pending, and Roman on the leash. We have, looks like, Dot leading cast four. She is loose. Liz is loose, and they are headed to Ruby, I believe, or Ruby has been withdrawn, and maybe they're headed to Rock. We need mine. So that's what I got so far. Weed's going to have a hard time losing this cast, it looks like to me, unless my updates are wrong. Um, According to what I got, Rack Street 2 coons, 225 and 175. Nobody else is on the plus side. Now, those could be, these are not official. Those could be some misinterpretation, but it looks to me like Weed is the front runner there in cast one. Cast 2, 3, and 4 are anybody's ball game still. Anybody's ball game. 45 minutes roughly to go in just about everything. All four casts got turned loose within 5-6 minutes of each other. Bud Hood. I never got to hunt against Bud Hood. I had Bud Hood judge me a few times. Bud Hood was on a lot of panels. But Bud Hood, I never handled against or judged. Some of the real great ones I've not handled or judged. Handled against or judged. Ricky had a list of some of the older guys that are not quite doing it anymore. But it was a good list. We're going to talk about that coming up on the podcast. Also, Mr. Bates, the man that had the dog killed down in Alabama, last week. He will be on the podcast on Tuesday. I've actually already recorded that. It will be out. Everybody needs to listen to that. That could happen to any of us at any time. He was gracious enough to join me and give me the lowdown. And hopefully we can prevent anything like that from happening again. Yeah, and it just depends. Bone pilot depends on what everybody likes. Um, Personally, I've had dogs that would catch and kill and tree just about anything, and they were fun to a point. But I like a specialist. I like a dog that's good at one thing and better at that thing than everybody else. I don't care whether it be a bird dog or a retriever or a coonhound or whatever. So it just boils down to whatever makes you happy. We're all for it. Whether that be an old hide dog, whether that be a dog that just goes out and catches you some game, or a dog that can go win a truck or $100,000 or whatever. If it makes you happy, it makes us happy. We're all for it. All right, we do got an update from Cast 3. They have arrived at Cowboys Tree. Of course, that is Heather Island Be Good Cowboy. That is Brett Denny, and they have been plussed. That point puts Cowboy at 325 plus. They should be headed to Ann right now. Looks like probably 40 minutes to go in that cast. Still a lot of time. I don't know how far Ann is. Roman is on the leash. That would put him at 225, Cowboy at 325, Ann at 150 with 150 pending. So you're looking at three dogs getting turned loose all within a coon of each other. So that could shake out to be a very good cast. Austin Gentry, you made the right decision. We've all been there. Dog trees a slick out of the truck. You're in against dogs like that. There's no sense of toting around the rest of the night, although I bet Kyle Short would have liked you in there to keep that strike open if he had a choice and keep that dog off of being leash locked, but you never know. It may turn out in his favor. People gripe about the leash lock a lot, and I get it. Um, but you can also use it too. Who is the funniest handlers to be on a cast with? That is no doubt 100% Kurt Herring. No doubt. There's nobody funnier. You will die laughing, and you'll have a great time. That is for sure. No, you're good. Nope, you're good. Thank you, Lacey. Lacey from the Muddy, checking, making sure that things weren't getting too loud. Yes, George is funny. Bobby Burden, Sean Burden, all funny. Jason Doherty, funny. Um, who else we got? Jack Coomer. Jack Coomer's a blast. Jack Coomer's a blast. There are some locals. I'm sure in Triple J, Seth's talking about is probably a local. You'll have a good time with a lot of guys that don't travel around and do this forever or everywhere. All right. Ryan just texted me. He said there's 45 minutes left. The six is working off and on Liz and Dot, and they have not heard from Rock in a while. Right now we have Dot at 200, Liz at 150. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Dot at 350, Liz at 300. Yeah, Sluggo's fun. Sluggo's good to be on a cast with. Kurt but stuttering. That would be hilarious. Michael Ward's fun to be on a cast with. He'll make you laugh. I'm trying to think of the funniest local. Zane Allen, I hope he ain't watching this because he's a good friend of mine. And I don't ever compliment him for nothing, but he'll make you laugh too. He's pretty funny. Even a pleasure hunt with. The funniest handlers are sometimes more enjoyable than the good handlers. Oh, I see what you did there, Seth. Ward jokes come up a little short. I wish I had a drum. What else you guys got? We got dogs trailing around. We've got updates slow. We've got about 20, 35 minutes left in about every cast. We're going to be on here for another half hour at least, probably longer. You guys are going to have to keep me entertained as well as yourselves. But you guys listen to that podcast on Tuesday. I will get it out to the Cane Stream members earlier than that. Of course, I'll be traveling on Sunday. We'll try to get it out on Monday a little early. And you guys listen to that. It's a very powerful, very good podcast. Casey Kirkham, it looks like Youth Nationals will be the next hunt you're covering. We've got an EHS hunt in the works that I think you guys are going to be intrigued by. How would everybody feel? And this is not finalized. We're just in talks. We're trying to get everything done for the end of June. It looks like the People's Champ, Chris Saunders, versus Scotty the Body Angle in the Elite Handler Series. You got Chris, he's 1-0. Scotty yet to hunt. Scotty in the top 10. Chris just knocking on the door of the top 10. I think that is a great matchup. How you guys feel about that? Scott Engel, Chris Saunders. That should be a good one. You're looking at flesh. Who knows what Scotty's going to hunt? By all accounts, he is hunting pretty hard right now. He's been down at Randy's. The pig showing and the kids and the softball and stuff have slowed down a little bit. So Scotty's back in the woods. Scotty says he's down. Saunders is always down. We just got to make a date, find a judge, find a guide, get out there to do it. We also got a new Dog Life series coming up. That will be Dual Murphy. I will get with Dual. We're looking at mid-July for that to air. So that's going to be a fun one. Still got Lane Denny, Mark Gilmore to make. A lot of good hunts coming up. Yes, Scott, it's always hard to beat no matter what. None of these guys are easy. That's why it's the Elite Handler Series. Head-to-head coon hunting done right. This is not the one-on-one coon league, folks. This is actual coon hunters with actual coon dogs that are really good. And probably guys that can hit a heavy bag a lot better than that, too. I think Norm Starling could whip Seth Brigette. That's what I think. I think Seth would have his hands full. I got the loser. If Seth Brigette and Norm fight, I got the loser. That would be a classic. That would not be a 2-hour hunt. I know that. Jordan Mullins, I will be back in Kentucky in August. We are working on a little something for Kentucky in August. Along with whatever's going on down in Strickland. Of course, I go down there because it's bourbon country. It's my favorite place to Not coon hunt. No, you're right, Casey. But we're working on maybe some EHS stuff down there in August as well. I haven't heard anything ignore in a long time because I don't pay no attention. If everybody would just ignore that fucking crazy asshole, pardon my French, but geez, good grief, that is crazy. If everybody ignored me, it'd go away. Chat, it's sad too because I think some of them dogs are probably all right. I've no doubt some of them in the right hands probably be pretty good coon dogs and be able to win and do all the stuff they need to do. That ain't gonna happen there. I get messages every week wanting to do an elite handler series hunt with him, and that'll never happen. If I got to sell out just for followers, I'm in it for the wrong reasons. Wrong reasons. We got some big EHS hunts coming up. We also have. I'll go ahead while we're doing announcements. We do have a women's division in the elite handler series coming up. It's going to be great. Christine Fields helping me with that. Of course, she is going to be on it. I've talked to multiple female handlers. It's going to be great. Yeah, he did. Okay, that's what I thought. All right, thank you. All right, we do have an unofficial update right now in Cast 1. Like we predicted, Dustin, Weed, and Rack are your winners. Dustin Weed, another finalist. Just like it's another day in the office, he is your winner there. So, all right, we are going to have Dustin Weed and Rack. You remember her from the finals of Super Stakes, Joe Manning hunting her. When Cole had that little pup, whenever we done the Joe Manning, Mark Gilmore hunt, me and Cole pleasure hunted right there after the hunt. She was a baby. I mean, a baby. This was over a year ago. And I told Cole, I said, boy, she barks too much to suit me. You know, her mouth's different and stuff. But as far as winning coon hunts, you may want to keep your hands on this one. She seems like a good one. And she sure enough is. She is in the finals of not only Super Stakes, but also this truck hunt here in Newton, Illinois. So congratulations to Dustin, Cole, the whole Thunderbird team. Very cool. Good young dog and a tree dog. My gosh, that's a tree dog. Whew. She can tree them. So that's it. Who's going to be the next three? That's the question. Jack, Spice, Holly, Ruby, Ann, Cowboy, Roman, Rock, Dot, Liz, or the other Ruby. We got Caleb McDonald and Ruby, and Adam McGuire and Ruby. $32 left there in Krausen's cast. He just texted me. Not much going on. All dogs split up. He says they're all going their separate ways. A lot of time left. You got Liz down by 50. Dot winning that cast right now, I believe. Adam McGuire and Ruby have withdrawn. It is Rock and Daryl Guess still carrying that 100 strike. Yet to get treed. Let's see what we got going on the other casts. Any words on the old Neller blood? Brianna, you're going to have to be more specific. And Heike Yeager, yes, he would make me want to switch breeds too. But it's a crying shame. I never hunted against any of the airplanes other than, which one was it, 3? And he was too lazy. He was bad lazy, but boy, he could tree coon. He'd tree every coon you walked him over. Tree the firearm was good at treeing coons. Very good at treeing coons. Just didn't have no go. Yeah, them dogs are probably closer than we give them credit for. Airplane 4 is 137-0. He ain't lost a cast since since Ann treated slick. That's about the same streak. I crack myself up. It's going to be a long night. Let's see what's going on in Duel's cast. I'll send him a message real quick. That is Jack, Spice, Holly, and Ruby. Last I knew, they were walking to Spice. Of course, I still hunt Naylor dogs. Skipper definitely off Naylor. I will be at Memphis. Casey, I will be judging. Zach wrote me into that. So I'll be judging next weekend, Friday, Saturday night, $2,500 Pro Classic in Memphis. That is true, Ryan Jones. And counting. Hands made one tree tonight, and plus got another one pending. So it'll be 4,593 maybe after this next one. I have treed. I have seen. I'm one of the few people in the world, and I'm excited for it, that has seen Ann tree a circle tree. I seen her tree a den once. Okay. Got an update from Duel. Jack is at 225 plus, apparently not 200. Holly is at 275 plus with 150 pending. Ruby has 350 plus, 150 pending. Spice has 150 plus, 150 pending. He is currently leash locked, and there are 26 minutes left. Odds of Duel getting ready or getting a chance to turn loose again are slim. Probably nil. So these 3 trees will probably be it. Dang right, Seth. Why don't you guys come to Youth Nationals? Everybody wants to preserve the sport and do this and do that, but nobody shows up to help judge these kids. I'm guiding. I can't judge. I'll be walking along with Credence. There are so many good guys down there. Yant does such a good job. Yant don't have a single kid hunting in this. A lot of them guys down there at the club, Wade and Ryan and all them guys, they don't have a single person or single kid in the hunt either. And they come down there and do all that work to make these kids have a good hunt. And it's just a coon hunt. It's not, we don't rope them in with prizes. We don't rope them in with this or that. It's just a coon hunt, just like the grown-ups do. And the kids like that better than just about anything out there. Yeah, door prizes are cool, and fun days are cool, and treeing contests and water races, all that stuff's really cool. But these kids want to come and compete and do it just like we do, and do it on the big stage, and do it with cane stream cameras in their face, and do all that stuff, and nobody will come up to help judge them. And I know we're all busy. We're all busy. But youth world, same thing. Come out there, do your part, help the sport, help the kids have fun. There's no sense in not. You'll actually enjoy it, and you'll feel better when you get it done. I know I always have. So keep that in mind. Good, Seth. Good. I'm glad you're coming up to judge. Oh, let's see here. Ruby was minus, and so Duel has been recut. So Duel is loose. The Jack is loose. There's about 23 minutes left to go. It is in Paducah, Kentucky. There's plenty of places to stay. How many trucks has Engel won? I don't know, Billy. I know he won the Black Widow hunt. I think he won another Pro Sport truck. I think he may have won in PKC as well, Handler Showdown or something. So I'm going to say 3 or 4, maybe 5. I don't know. Don't know. Somewhere between 2 and 5. But yeah, come out to Paducah, Kentucky. Go to Youth Nationals. You don't have to do nothing but show up at dark, tell him you'll judge, talk to Steve Yant. He'll get you a cast. It'll be a blast. You can play the football game with us on Friday or Saturday, I mean. That's always good. I'm full-time quarterback and punter. I'm not running around with those kids. No, Brantley, you're the end, bud. Like it or not. No. Hopefully my kid's in a late round or two. I'll tell you what, Brantley Barry. You babysit Jason Credence, and I will go judge the late round. Let me see if you want to do that. Brantley, Brandon, Yant, all them guys do so much down there, and it's such a cool event. It really is fun. A lot of fun. That is the next event we will be at here at Cane Stream. We'll have one weekend off. I'll be judging. Yeah, that's what I thought, Brantley. That's what I thought. Yeah, I know, Bush. I told Strickland. So nobody had ever heard of Norm, and we all know the type. And so he was running his mouth, and Strickland was getting ready to take Apollo up there to take him out of $5,000, like Strickland needs it. And we were at that hunt down at Strickland's, that $1,000 entry or whatever. And I was hunting Rain. He was hunting Apollo. Gilmore was in the cast. I can't remember who the other one was. And we were sitting at this tree, and we were talking about that. I said, Strickland, just cancel. So just don't go up there. Don't hunt against him. Even if you win, you're going to be a loser. You'll regret it forever. Oh no, I'm gonna go take his $5,000. I'm gonna go take his $5,000. Well, I wouldn't care if it was 50,000. And he goes up there. Next thing you know, we have to deal with Norm Starling on the internet for the next freaking 3 years. Stupid. Stupid. But you can't tell Strick nothing. I do have Strick's championship belt too for being the EHS world champion. It came in. I will put a picture of that on Kane Stream on Monday. We'll do that on the social media. It is nice. He will defend that belt against Ryan Krausen in the fall sometime. We have a lot of EHS hunts to go in the meantime. Austin Gentry, Michael Ward. Hopefully Engel and Saunders. Still got 2 burdens left to hunt. Mark Gilmore, Lane Denny. We got some good ones coming. Airplane is greater than Cinch. Which airplane? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, Seth? TJ wants Bush in the youth division. I would like to get John and Ryan to the woodshed in the fall, Casey. I would like to have more hunts at the woodshed. I'd like to have a tournament there. 16 dog tournament. Winner gets a 4-wheeler with a trailer. Second place gets $4,000, $2,000 entry fee at the woodshed. How does that sound? Only Elite Handler Series roster members on it. I think it would be great. Or we may like to plug that in front of a PKC hunt, pro sport hunt, something like that on that Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah. That's what we're looking at. Casey, we'd need it. We need 4 non-hunting judges. All the Elite Handler Series, of course, is non-hunting judges. The only thing that sucks about the woodshed is there is no cellular service, but we would find a place over there with something we could do the finals live. Will do. Uh-oh. We got cast 2 heating up. Go ahead and plus Holly. That puts her at 420 or 425 plus. Ruby is at 275 plus. You can plus her too. Spice has 150 pending. A coon there would put her at 300. Jack has 150 pending. A coon there would put him at 375. Holly looking good right now. Bone pile, I got a Red Bull in the truck. Of course, the monk fruit flavored one, because I don't eat sugar if I can help it. So yeah, we're good to go. 17 minutes left to go in that cast. Still got nothing out of Roman, Cowboy, and Ann. So my play-by-play man there hasn't said anything for a little bit, so we will see. Yes, and we all knew Apollo would spank whatever airplane it was. There are levels to this game. Absolute levels to it. Airplane did beat me at the World Hunt, though. We walked him over 3 coons. One of which he missed. He shouldn't have won that cast, but that's another story. Cody Sheets was handling him. He done a fantastic job. Fantastic job as a handler. Done exactly what I would do or anybody else would do, and is very gentlemanly about it. And done a good job. But yeah, that was not a plus tree. That was a circle tree. That coon did not touch. Didn't matter. Rain treed a coon and then caught one on the ground. And spent the rest of the night fighting it in a cornfield and wouldn't leave it. Noel Allen was on that cast. His dog looked good. It treated a couple coons. It was a fun cast. I like hunting against Cody. Norm was not handling. He was probably barred again. We got about 20 minutes left before we figure this out. About 16 minutes left to go in Crowson's cast. That is cast 3. 17 minutes to go in cast 2. I've got nothing out of cast 4 for a while. Or cast 3 for a while. And that is Kyle Short, Brett Denny, John Strickland. I'll text Brett, see if I can get anything out of him. Either way, it's going to be a dynamite final. Matt Edwards, right now we have Dustin Weed already in. We've got Zach Burden and Holly looking good in cast 2. Cast 3 and 4 still up for grabs. Cast 3, Strickland's still in it. Brett Denny's still in it. Roman's still in it with Kyle Short. Cast 4, Krausen, Bobby Burden and Dot, and Rock Daryl Guess. All still in it. All right, I'm getting a score update out of cast 2 right now. We still have Cowboy at 325 plus. I know that. Roman was at 225 plus. He was leash locked last we knew. Ann was at 150 plus with 150 pending last we knew. So we'll see. Either way, John's still down 2 coons. Says Roman 250 plus, but I would think that's 225. We'll see what Ann's got. I see he's typing right now. Still haven't got the Ann's tree. Looks like there is just 9 minutes left to go in that cast, roughly. They are walking to Ann now. If I'm reading this right, Brett Denny and Cowboy are in the driver's seat. Ann's going to be a coon down, even if she's got a coon. Cowboy or Roman's a coon down. Cowboy's in the lead. 7 minutes left by my count. 8 minutes, something like that. And they're still walking to Ann. You never know. A lot can happen. But I'm looking at Brett Denny and Cowboy probably pulling this off. We shall see. Double check and make sure when they got turned loose. Roman was struck first at 9:22. And that's what I got written down on the card. Or written down on the card is 9:22. So, at 11:22, this thing's over. Probably a minute before. 11:21. You're looking at 6 minutes left. All these casts be wrapping up here pretty quick. Yep. Them dogs must have been spread out a long ways because whenever they plus Cowboy, it was 35 minutes ago. Roman has been on the leash since 10:31. So Roman's going to spend, let's see, an hour He's going to spend 51 minutes on a leash if it takes him that long to score Ann's tree. Leash lock is a dangerous game. I complain about it when I'm on the leash, and then I love it whenever I leave somebody on the leash. All right, they've already got the Ann. 11-16 plus Ann. That makes 8,000 coons in a row. She's treed. She's at 300 plus. Minute working, call it 11-17. They'll have 5 minutes left. I don't like scoring out of order in the middle of the hunt, Seth, under any circumstance. You don't score out of order at any point. Rarely do you score out of order. It just depends on the situation. 5:27 left to hunt, and they are in a timeout. Cowboy's going to have a hard time losing this cast. Where would they move to? They called timeout when they got the Ann's tree. 5 minutes and 27 seconds. Who's guiding? Oh, just walk. All right. Looks like I don't have much out of cast 4, but looks like Holly in cast 2, and Zach, and probably Cowboy and Brett in cast 3. Plus Ann. Ann's down 50. Everybody's down a coon to Cowboy. 5:27 left, and they're in timeout. Yeah. Anything can happen in the last 5 minutes. I got one extra somewhere. Yep. So, all right. That was just Austin Gentry I was talking to, and he said there are coons sitting everywhere up there. Probably not going to move. They're just going to walk away from wherever Ann was and walk back into the woods they're supposed to be in and recut there with 5 minutes, 27 seconds left to hunt. We'll see. John is guiding. Good handler move by John. Let's not recut right here. Let's get somewhere where I know there's a coon to be treed in the last 5 minutes and 27 seconds. Maybe. Maybe Ann was treed in someone's yard. Who knows? We do have your second winner. And like we said, it is Zach Burden and Holly. She is moving on. Zach Burden, Dustin Weed, those are your 2 finalists right now. Be a good final cast. I got to see Zach win his first truck with old legs. That was a good time. So, yeah, scoring out of order in the middle of the hunt, Seth. There are extenuating circumstances to everything. There is a common sense rule. We did score out of order just the other night. We might do that, Mason. We might very well do that. But we scored out of order at the end of the night, the other night. Winnie was treed, Ralph was treed, another dog was withdrawn. Bonnie was deep, deep, deep. All 3 dogs were deep, deep, deep. But by the time we got to Winnie, we pulled her off to walk her minute. I could hear Ralph. I treed Ralph, leash lock Winnie, go to Ralph. Bonnie had been treed before Ralph, and so I treed third. And I told Zach, I said, we can score out of order, call the hunt, walk back to the buggies, trucks, drive to Bonnie, score her. And so we did it. So, I mean, that just made perfect sense. The hunt was going to be over anyway. But to score out of order, say I tree third and they decide to score me second. Well, maybe I've got a lead, and if they decide to score me third because I'm deeper, or I'm in a certain place, or something like that, the hunt's going to be close to being over. Maybe that's why I leash lock them. Say I'm treed way through the country, another dog's treed in front of me, and another dog's treed on past it, or whatever, or maybe even deeper past me, or something. Maybe a dog's treed past me, and the second dog gets treed. I don't need to tree. I can still win without treeing, but if I don't want them dogs turned loose, I tree again. Well, say they decide to score out of order, and now all of a sudden we're all three in handled. We get to that last tree, and we're in the same position that Strickland and all them guys are in tonight. 5 minutes, 27 seconds less than a coon zoo, and I'm up 25 like Brett Denny is right now. Then I wouldn't like it. I think it all depends on the situation. Uh-oh. We got an update. Plush Rock. That puts him at 225 plus. Daryl guess. 6 minutes left. Nothing else treed yet. So we still have Bobby Burden and Liz. One's at 300, one's at 350. Bobby's at 350. Ryan and Liz are at 300. They need to get treed. Oh, well, Ryan needs to get treed. Right now, Bobby don't want to do nothing. No, Sean was hunting Clyde. He got beat yesterday. But yeah, the scoring out of order deal, as a non-hunting judge, sometimes it makes sense, even though the competitors don't like it. But as a handler, I want to make sure to know if they're going to score out of order if I tree or not. So I try to ask, if I tree this dog, are we going to score out of order? They say yes. Maybe I won't tree. Maybe I will. I don't know. Don't know. Rules say when dogs are all treed, you can score out of order. Non-hunting judge. As a non-hunting judge, I'll put my foot down and say, hey, we're going to score out of order here. Here's what we're going to do. Go do it. Hard to say. Got an update coming in from Ryan right now. I asked him where Liz is. All three dogs in Strickland's cast have been cut. 5 minutes, 27 seconds left to go. All right. Rock has been restruck. On a good track, Ryan says. Everything else is just bumping around. Everything is within hearing. Bone Pile says it's a lot of fun turning a house dog around. It is. It's all fun. All fun. It's a long 6 minutes when you're the one leading the cast. Minute is up, so there's 4 minutes and 27 seconds left to go in that cast. Yeah, Casey, I handle it as a non-hunting judge. I don't know. I haven't really run into that situation that much. It isn't very often you have an opportunity to score out of order. But, I mean, if it makes sense to save hunt time, I know it sucks for the guy in the lead, but that is what it is. Roman has been struck for 100 on the recut. Of course, Roman at 225 plus. Cowboy, double check my math here, 325 plus. And or Cowboy 350 plus and 300 plus. That's what I got. Actually, I got Cowboy at 325 plus. Cowboy has struck for 75. No word from Ann yet. There's all kinds of situations in these casts that you don't run into very often. Me and Shane just talked about that. If you guys haven't checked out PKC this week, do it. We talked about that with the option. I've never been a handler or a judge on a cast where the option rule is applied. Now, I filmed one, and it almost happened again one other time at an invitational hunt. That's it. Only two times the option rule was applied. But watch that episode, because now that I realize exactly how it works, it's not happened a lot because handlers a lot of times don't understand how it could benefit them or don't benefit them. We've been conditioned a certain way over all these years that when the 6 catches you after you walk away from your dog and go back to it, you're minused. But that is not true. You're never minused under that situation. Timeout is immediately applied. You have the option to take your minus. Did anybody know that? The option is not to call timeout. The option is to take your minus and keep hunting. The default. Oh, shit. Shoot. Rock was treed with 5 seconds left. Sorry, I got a little excited there. No call from Ryan or Bobby. Cast 1. Rack tree 2 coons. Final score, I think 425 plus or something like that for weed. Nobody else treated a coon. I don't know the final score, but I don't think anybody treated a coon but weed in that cast. Sorry, my terrible language tonight. Yes, Daryl Guess and Rock. He cut that dog loose 6 minutes left. It got treated with 5 seconds left for the win. We'll see what shakes out on that cast. No tree calls yet that I'm aware of in cast 3. Oh, I take that back. Roman has been treed for 225, but the 2 is working immediately. That may have been a gamble. We'll see. So Roman with 225 pending by my math. It says Roman treed 150 with 2 working, but Roman was struck for 100 on the recut. We'll see if the 2 catches him or not. See if he catches any minus. Kyle may have just been Brett Denny, cast winner. So obviously Roman moved on. And it is Cowboy and Brett Denny. They are your winner there. Looks like 350 plus, I think, is what Brett had. He is your winner in cast 3. Now we got left to cast 4. We will see what Rock and Daryl Guess have. That will be the deciding factor. If Rock has a coon, he will be your winner. If he does not, it will be Dot and Bobby Burden. We will find out. Last cast left, cast 4. Whew. Couple barn burners here late. Roman making it interesting there late. They said he did move on. I'm guessing, and maybe not. Maybe the Roman located in did move on or something like that. Final 16. Try to get in the final 4 of a truck hunt. 5 minutes left. Need to make a tree to win. Dog lets out half a locate. Yeah, I'm treeing it. Final seconds. Makes it miserable as a judge. I hate it when guys do that when I'm judging, but I'll do that if I'm handling. Guaranteed. It'll be a couple hours from now, Charles. I'm thinking 2 a.m. That's what time we'll be back in for the live. By the time, it may be earlier than that. It may be as early as 12:30, 1 o'clock. Time you get everybody in here, get their pictures taken, get their dogs gathered up. Dustin should be the first one to get back in. He got done first. He should be here any minute. And then we got to wait on the other 3 guys, get the pictures taken, get the cast together, get stuff on. Off we go. Chuck Keeter, thank you for watching. I don't mind keeping you guys updated. I just like everybody watching. It's good. Good, good, good. None of this works without members, without subscribers, without viewers. And sponsors. Let's take a minute to thank the sponsors: Conky's Outdoors, Joy Dog Food, Elite Nutrition, Full Cry Magazine, and, of course, Razor Hunting Gear. I'm excited about my new Z2 Lite. We will get a full video of that as soon as it gets in. You can order one of those from Conky's Outdoors. Save yourself some trouble. You can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Support both sponsors. Of course, feed Joy Dog Food. Use Elite Nutrition products, especially this time of year when it's hot. They make some great stuff for dogs when they get, working hard in this heat. Full Cry Magazine, the last great print magazine. They do a great job with that. Jason and Danny Doobie, all of them. So make sure and use all the sponsors. It's important. We couldn't do all this without that and the members and all that good stuff. Could not bring it to you. Guaranteed, Jay Rich. Guaranteed. And we appreciate you. The members are doing so much. Eventually, we're going to get to be a members only platform, and you guys can decide what we cover, what we do, where we go. Because with enough members, we can afford to do whatever we want. And whatever we want is whatever you want. And that's what we were going to do. Other than going to film a one-on-one coon league hunt. That's where we draw the line. You guys are just out of luck. Brad Manis, thank you for watching, buddy. I appreciate you. We're going to have more members on the EHS hunts, too. The last one was a big hit. We're working on our next one. like I said, hopefully Scotty Engel, Chris Saunders. I think that'll be a good one. Dog Life Dual Murphy coming up soon. A lot of good stuff coming up for the Cane Stream members. If you're not a member already, hit that join button because we promise we will do our best to make it worth it. Still waiting on the Rock score. We have it. We have it. And we have the finals. Your last finalist is Mr. Bobby Burden. Rock was minus. He moved on. Bobby is your winner with dot. 2 Burdens in the finals. We've got Zach. We've got Bobby. We've got Weed. We've got a heck of a final. Brett Denny. Who's going to win that brand new truck? Bobby Burden, Zach Burden, Brett Denny, Dustin Weed. Whoo-wee! This is going to be exciting. They promised me a place with cell phone service. I hope I can keep it up. This is going to be a fun one. Very much looking forward to this. No, it is not the first time they've been in the finals together. Hopefully, we are going to be live in the woods here by 1 p.m. Central Time at best. That is best case scenario. Worst case scenario, 2 p.m. So look for it. Look for it. It is Bobby Burden. There's Dustin Weed just walking in. He is your first finalist. Looking good, Dustin. He said she looked pretty good. So Dustin is there. He's gunning for that new truck, as are the next 3 guys. And we're going to bring it to you. We'll do our best to bring it to you live. We hope we have coverage. They say I do. They say there's good cell phone service where we are headed. And we are going to find out here shortly. So I'm going to break all this down, load it up in the truck, get my boots on, get my light on, get my camera gear ready for the woods, and we will be bringing it to you shortly live. So stay tuned, set your notifications to go off whenever Cane Stream goes live. And every time we go live, you can get a notification on your phone. Click on that, and you guys will be able to see what we got going on. So congratulations to all the finalists, all the top 16. Good job, PKC, on another well-ran and very professional event. And we will be live from the woods here shortly. Look forward to seeing it. Look forward to you joining us, and we'll see you soon.